Hi, my name is Mary O'Brien, and I'm a second grade teacher at the Henderson Inclusion School in Dorchester. My WIC is entitled Engaging Procedural Learning Virtually. My school has two campuses. One hosts the early childhood K0 to grade 1, and the upper school hosts the rest of the students up to their 22nd birthday. I have a very unique and diverse classroom. I have 7 Black, 7 Asian, 6 white, and 5 Hispanic students. 30% of the students are on IEPs, 20% are English language learners, and 2 are on 504 plans. My students are second graders. They are the future. They need to be 21st century ready. They need to know how to communicate, create, collaborate, and be critical thinkers. We were off to a great start. My original HMW was, how might we leverage student strengths to really build an inclusive classroom? Students were successful with snap circuits and creating, but soon we moved into makey, and the students were planning and executing their own projects. By Monday, March 16th, 2020, school became a very different place for my second grade learners. I changed my how might we to how might we leverage student strengths to support inclusive practices for engaging all learners. My goal was to keep students to remain fully engaged by sharing their strengths virtually, building confidence, and offering feedback. And as you can see, the children do offer feedback. They've been very proficient at that. This last comment, LOL, first of all, that is hilarious. And second of all, how do you do that? The how do you do that has been the springboard for some of the routines that we've implemented. I started focusing on procedural writing and turning it into STEM activities. The children shared things like how to cook something, how to make toast, how to play a game, how to do something you're really good at. Our democratic STEM teaching strands were student voice, shared and transformational authority, and critical STEM literacy. Student voice was expressed by students making decisions on what they wanted to do. And here is an example of a student who took 2 styles of airplanes to create one. The shared and transformational authority was recognized when students had taken what they had learned at school and were able to extend their thinking and knowledge with a different audience. Here's a student working at school with a peer and at home teaching her kindergarten brother how to use snap circuits. Critical STEM literacy was realized when this child's parent reached out with concerns about remote learning for her child and how he could be engaged while learning at home. As you can see, this child took the bull by the horn and he planted pumpkin seeds, he watered them, and he's been nurturing them. They are flowering now. The results of student engagement wasn't as high as I had hoped. Over half the class has been engaged in creating things from building shelving units to making giant pancakes. We even have a Padlet with a sampling of all of the creativity. Like I said, only half of the children participated. But in the beginning, only a few kids grasped the idea of creating and sharing their projects. Once the videos and comments and projects started showing up on Google Classroom, the idea took off and students really began creating and attempting many different procedures that appealed to them. They've been able to express themselves in so many ways. One student who's a dog lover showed us how to draw a wolf. Tips. While it was extremely likely that the student engagement would diminish because of remote learning, against all odds, it didn't. The kids took risks, they assumed responsibility for their projects, posted them on Google Classroom, and thrived on the positive feedback. The social emotional connections with the encouragement from one another has supported almost every student, even the ones that didn't participate in doing procedures, in feeling creative and taking risks. We can never underestimate what a 7 and 8-year-old can do with a little free time and a little ingenuity. I need to push my thinking because in the fall, I'm probably going to be in the same place. Remote teaching is hard. It's hard on the educators, the children, the parents. Being flexible is critical. If this continues into the fall, I'm going to have to learn how to figure this out with a brand new group of second graders. I'm going to need to develop stronger opportunities for the kids to self-evaluate their final products and to critique their own work. And use sentence stems to help them with.